What is up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Haskell, and with me, I have Teddy,
Yo!
I have Darren,
Season 3, go fuck yourself.
and today we have a very special guest, Kaisan.
Yo, what's up?
Now, Kaisan is an old school friend of mine and has recently moved to Qatar in the past year. And if you guys don't know, he is also the narrator of one of my videos that I will link in the description. It is the video that motivates on my channel. So, how you been, Kaisan?
Been good, been good.
Hmm.
Qatar right now. Right now I'm in Qatar. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the seasons are changing from winter to summer, and the summer is crazy hot. So right now, I have the windows open and it's crazy hot.
Damn.
There's winter in Qatar?
Yeah, there is. It's actually pretty cold.
Pretty interesting. I would never think
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
thought
'cause
of that.
you know, like in deserts, like at night, it's super cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like something like that.
Damn.
I wouldn't expect that.
You know, once it reached like 10 degrees, it's like so cold.
10 degrees.
Yeah.
So, you recently moved to Qatar. What do you think? What is something that you miss from Indonesia that you can't get in Qatar?
Banyak, there's a lot. It's Batagor.
I respect that, yeah.
Yeah, dude, there's so much, man.
So-
First of all, like chat time.
Ah.
Yeah, there's none of that here. There's no bubble tea.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I didn't know
the
you
only
were-
places where you can get them are like really expensive restaurants.
So, what do you really
Yeah.
miss most is the cuisine of Indonesia.
Yeah, cuisine.
Do you really? Do
Also
you,
the place.
the place.
Yeah, dude. Like here, it is a pretty small country, yeah, and it's also a desert. There's no trees, no nothing.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's flat.
Is there something in Qatar that you really enjoy better than Indonesia, compared to?
The roads are really nice. Yeah, obviously, right? Dude, in Indonesia, you can't go anywhere without like crashing.
That is true. That is true.
But then the traffic ain't that bad there right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has this virus recently affected your time in Qatar?
Oh, in Qatar. So because Qatar is a pretty small country, um, so pretty much like one person gets it, and then like the next time it's like 700.
Damn.
Yeah, so it goes like a lot, and then here there's a lot of there's like minorities, like in Indonesia it's like all Indonesian, but then here there's like a lot of races, and then because of a lot of races there's minorities. The minorities are usually like people from Pakistan, people from Indian, like
Mhm.
those people, and then the richest people here are Qataris. They're like only I forget like 2% or 20% of the population.
Yeah, they're very small.
Yeah, very very small but super rich. Like holy crap! They drive around with like Land Cruisers and Lamborghinis.
Damn. Flexing, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, and normally in Indonesia it's pretty rare to see like
A
an
good
expensive
car.
car, right? Yeah, but then here normally it's like every day you'll at least see like a Ferrari.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, there's so many rich people here, man. Crazy. Dude, my friend owns a yacht.
Oh.
You been on it?
No, like you know what's funny? He's like the Haskell 2.0.
Elaborate.
Like
Elaborate.
I'm
his
listening.
hair is the same, his
Oh
nose
my.
the same. The only difference is that he can actually say "r."
Short tongue.
Sure.
Yeah.
So before the podcast started, we were talking, and then you said that you started a home learning program before us in Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
What have you
Yeah.
been doing at home to keep you sane during this virus?
Well, see, the internet is one thing, right? Like, we all got the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, I think I don't really mind being at home. At least I don't mind compared to most people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for the first like couple, like 2 months, I didn't mind.
Like 2
Uh,
months.
yeah. We had it like earlier than you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gee.
Like, for the first month or so, I didn't mind, but then like after a while, you kind of start like missing friends and stuff.
Hmm.
Mm.
It's so sad, man.
We're all struggling here,
Oh,
man.
no. let's let's talk about your school. So if I'm not wrong, your school is IB, right?
Yeah, IB.
IB. Would you say, compared to Cambridge that you did last year at our school, which one do you prefer?
Oh, dude, Cambridge all the way, man. IB is yeah, you can almost say experimental. It's very
Gay.
alternative.
Mm.
But then even though it's alternative, it's considered one of the leading curriculums in the world. So I'm not really sure how that works,
What do you mean?
but
Oh, sorry. You speak. Sorry.
I yeah. So pretty much uh it focus a lot like on the same work as university.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
instead of like assessments and like paper tests, it's more like essays and projects and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
Which one would
Yeah.
you
So
say
like
is
yeah,
harder?
it's harder.
Which one is harder for you?
The the topics itself that we're studying, like the Cambridge is harder. Like right now, the math is actually way like so bad. The math is so behind. I'm not sure if it's just the IB or it's just because Indonesian math is hard.
Could be. Could be.
Asian maths.
Yeah, Asian math, but a big brain. So,
Damn.
but then like the math, if I were to like see the like your homework, I wouldn't even understand a thing
Hmm.
because right now like the math that we're doing are like the math we did in grade 8 or grade 9.
Wait, that's so behind.
It's really
Yeah, it
bad.
is so behind. It's crazy.
Huh.
Wow.
Interesting.
I wonder if the American system is way behind.
Could be. Could be.
Damn.
What have you been doing the past months in Qatar that you haven't been doing in Indonesia?
I haven't been to Indonesia.
So
Uh,
what I mean by that is, what are some new thing that you studied in Qatar which you would have never thought that you would be doing in Indonesia?
hmm.
You understand my question?
Ah, yeah. Okay. Well, one of which is the the people here are very different, right? It's like very different to Indonesia. Here,
Mhm.
people are very well spoken. Like they really know how to give out their opinion, and a lot of people are really aware of like news around the world, right? Because in Indonesia, all we learn about is like Asia, and then like when we learn about history, we learn about history in Asia.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
true.
here there's French people, there's Spanish people, there's like people from Poland and stuff like that. So like there's so many stuff to learn. So uh, one of which the first thing I started doing here was that I started to read more.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So in Indonesia, I already been reading, but then I've never really read as much as I read here. Also, I've also been like looking through the news because like normally because when I was in Venus, I didn't give a fuck about history or news, right? It's like video games, anime, video games, anime.
Oh hell yeah! Sounds like a good life.
Yeah, it's a good life. It's a good life. But then here, people like talking. You know, the penguins are dying because they ate plastic. It's like sometimes like I don't want to give a fuck, but then
What?
but then because there's like a lot, like you start to consider.
Hmm.
Mm.
So it's more
Trying to adapt.
it's more diverse, you would say, Qatar compared to
Yeah, it's very diverse. Also, the teenagers here is you know, in Indonesia there's a lot of taboo things. Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Mhm.
you know, things like alcohol and like partying,
Uh,
and then stuff like ear piercings, hair dyes, and then what do you call it? Let's say like sex before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like here, because it's it's like a lot of cultures, is you can never really judge a person from how they look. Like the most innocent person, you'll know, like you'll find out that they'll be drinking vodka on weekends.
That's pretty
I'm
interesting.
serious, like
damn.
yeah. So it's completely like it really catches you off guard, especially when it comes to girls. Like because yeah, in Asia like there's this we all see girls like quiet, you don't expect them to do anything stupid, right?
True, true.
Yeah, but then here and then you realize, oh, what, they smoke and drink? Like what the fuck?
Really.
That
So-
is really interesting to me, especially because Indonesia is a majority Muslim country, and Qatar, I'm sure it's Muslim, majority
Yeah,
Muslim
it's also
country
majority
right?
Muslim.
But I wouldn't
Yeah.
think they would do something like that there. But
Uh,
by you saying it,
the thing is that Qatar is a lot like Singapore. There's a lot of foreigners,
Mm.
and then like the school I go to, the Spanish school, like 80% of the people that go there are like Spanish people, and Spanish people get drunk all the time.
that's kind of true.
Wait, so can
And
you
then-
speak Spanish now?
Well, I can speak like a little bit.
Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it, dog. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's take a sentence.
A sentence.
Say
Yeah.
like I am Kaisan. I am from Indonesia, something like that.
Me llamo Kaisan. Oh shit, dude! I forgot Spanish. Okay.
Wait, all the Spanish word I know is swear words.
I think that's any foreign language to you, Ted.
Actually, yeah, I know. Yeah, what else do I know?
You want to say something for the podcast? You want to say a word?
What, something Spanish? Huh?
Something German, huh?
German. That's not nice. My German, I only know that one sentence.
Say it, dog.
Which is, what was it? Sauge meinen Schwanze. I mean, suck your dick. No, suck my dick. There you go.
I
Sauge
I also know a word for that. It's like suck on my schnitzel.
Wait. Yeah, we're... No.
Dude. Yeah. So there's like a lot of Spanish people. So once there was like this friend that was leaving, right? And then like he was pretty popular amongst the people here. And then we had like a party after him, and then I got invited because I was like one of his friends.
Enjoy.
Mhm.
And then like I've never actually went to like, no, I went to parties, but I've never went to like this Western kind of party that like we see in movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's actually crazy. Like holy crap, dude! There's alcohol everywhere. So like I had to go with like another friend that's also a Muslim, because if I didn't, I probably like might drink alcohol. Because like like it's normal for people like us to get curious, right?
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, and then so like I needed someone to at least like keep me under control. So like yeah, like because the funny thing is I made alcohol for them.
Oh,
Wow.
So we were making mojitos. You know mojitos?
Yeah, mojitos, I know.
Yeah. So like me and my friend we were making mojitos for like the Spanish kids, like using alcohol and stuff.
oh,
Well,
Dude, I was
uh,
so tempted to taste it. It's like because it's actually like the mojito itself is pretty good without the alcohol.
mm,
Mm,
yeah, the temptation.
yeah. Also like vaping.
That's big there.
Yeah, it's pretty big here. Vaping.
It's getting bigger here. You
In our
smoking
place,
is definitely dying off, and a lot more people are vaping here.
Yeah.
really.
I'm not sure if that's a really good thing, but I
It's better than
it's
smoking.
better
yeah,
than
it's better
smoking.
than smoking. True.
Electric is always better than acoustic.
I
Yes.
disagree.
What what about the Indonesian people that you really miss while in Qatar?
Oh, okay. Sense of humor is one thing. Holy crap, dude. Dude, here everyone takes everything so seriously. It's actually, it's hard to like, it's really hard to socialize because, well, when we're there, we don't really take anything seriously, right? Like we
Yeah, you
can,
can just say everything. Say
yeah, the
anything.
sense of humor is very loose.
Hmm.
But then,
No boundaries.
yeah, also not only that, like a lot of people here they get witty jokes because they're like big brain.
Yeah, big brain here.
Mm.
Yeah, like a lot of the time, like here, if you make a joke, like if you're referencing about something, and then they don't get it, it just flies over their head.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's also another thing.
Would you say that
Oof.
people from Qatar are less funny than Indonesians?
Yeah, yeah, I would say that.
No.
Yeah, also like here, there's a lot more extroverts. That's for sure.
In Qatar.
Yeah, yeah, in Qatar, there's so many more extroverts. Maybe not in Qatar, in Qatar only. It's like places outside of that part of Asia. I think like people are very open to expressing themselves, like compared to Indonesia. Uh, and not only that, I think the school really pushes you to do that because once I had like this unit at school where I had to like do a speech in front of the entire school.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then that's like each student had to do that, so it's not only me.
Damn.
So it's like it's very supported to be able to talk about like your opinions and public speaking.
They want you to socialize.
Yeah, exactly.
I can understand that. In our school, they don't really want you to. I mean, you can be alone at our school and you can still do everything. You don't really have to communicate with anybody else to really have a good time in the school. If you understand.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's another thing. Like the friend circles here, they're harder to get into. You know, it's like
Oh, the hood.
they're very they reject new people, which is pretty hard.
Mm.
That's pretty
It's
interesting.
like yeah,
That you say that because before you said they're more extroverted than here, but it's harder to get in their friend groups. That is very strange about that. Because
yeah, it is very strange.
I feel here, no matter what, you can be in anybody's friend group. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are, I should say.
What year?
Yeah,
No, who.
one of the main problems is that here actually because here it's more influenced by Western culture, right?
Mm.
It's it's the concept of fake people, like you you can actually understand why that concept was made here. Like in Indonesia, that's something that I miss about Indonesia. I think from experience, people tend to be more genuine.
Mm.
Yeah. Here it's very fake. Like if you, so there's pretty much like four main circles in my group, in my school, right? There's the drunk Spanish kids. There's the slightly introverted extroverts who talk about porn,
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
and
Sounds
then
familiar.
there's the introverted girl, and then there's the extroverted girl. So there's like the four main friend groups, and their friend groups have like a lot of people, but they're very close to getting like new members into the group.
Mm.
So
Damn.
and one of the hardest thing is like those four main circles, they hate each other.
Oh,
Some
Yeah, so like
rivalry. What the fuck?
That
yeah, like so all of them like talk on each other's back.
that is literally like any other Western um high school movie I would ever
yeah.
say.
You know? Yeah, I know it's crazy. Like
our,
when I came
our
here, I also
school
thought
only
the same.
has two, right?
I would
Same.
say our school has so many friend groups that you can be a part
I
of
mean,
any.
the big ones. There's only two of them.
What the Jamets?
There's the you know them. Say
Yeah.
there,
Well,
and then there's everybody else.
Actually, I
Ah,
would
we're excluding those
I,
people.
I would agree with that. That's a good way to put it, yeah. But to me, in our school, there, you don't really hate anybody. You can dislike somebody, but there's nobody
Yeah.
that you really hate. Not like
There's
how
no,
Kaisan
there's no
describes where,
conflict, bro.
yeah, where
There's
how
no conflict
Just
between
fan.
the
how
friend
Kaisan
groups.
describes it, where they just wanna tear each other's throats out or something like that.
yeah. So it's like so one of the hardest things for me was that like I wanted to like I want to start socializing with them, right? Like I spent the few like the first week like eating alone in the cafeteria, which is pretty sad.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty like because I had so much free time like on the breaks. Like I went throughout the school and then like memorized like oh this is where.
Mapping
So like
out.
the first like 1 or 2 days I already remember like the entire school.
Oh.
Yeah. But then, so it took longer for me to make friends. But then somehow, like, I'm more of a. It's like I go. I'm not specifically into any of the group, but I'm freely floating around the four of them.
Ah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
like a lurker.
So
Negotiator.
yeah, it's like a neutral person.
Neutral party.
What?
So like,
oh, sorry.
yeah, I'm friends with like the four groups, and then like when I talk to them, they say, I like not many people actually like talk about you behind your back, blah 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 blah. So it's like, yeah, everyone don't mind me being around.
So you would say like
That's
they respect you in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
Hmm.
Also, there's only two Asian kids in our school,
Two
and I'm one of them.
Two Asian. Really?
Yeah. Oh, two Asian guys. Sorry.
Oh. What expectation of Qatar that you had before moving that turned out to be true when you moved there?
It was hot. Like well, when I first came here, I came in like in the middle of summer. It was crazy hot because I was used to like Indonesia's climate. It's the same every like
Every day, pretty much.
what do you call it? Yeah, pretty much. So like because our body doesn't really experience that many changes in temperature. When I came here, you could really feel it drain your body. Like your skin feels weird, body feels you feel dizzy and stuff like that.
Stay hydrated, kids.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Another thing that throws me off was that the what do you call it? The roads are uh, on the opposite sides.
So they drive on the right side.
Yeah, we drove on the right side.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky. Moving going to a country that on the opposite side is pretty weird.
Yes, like when I first came here, I was like in the taxi. I was looking at the road, and I had like an actual headache because we were driving on the wrong side of the road.
Damn.
But now I can't imagine driving on the left side in Indonesia.
Really. So if you come back to
Yeah.
Indonesia and you drive on the left, would you get a headache then?
Yeah, probably. It's also pretty dangerous because when I first came here, I kept like turning on the wrong turn, thinking that there's not gonna be any cars there, and then literally a car in front of me.
Mm.
So you started driving.
No. It's like when crossing roads.
Oh, crossing road. Interesting. Ooh, What do you think about the girls in Qatar compared to Indonesia? Which one do you prefer?
Wow.
Take your time.
We have all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's very diverse here, yeah.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah, there's not a lot of. It's like when you go to school or you go anywhere, you don't see like the same type of person every single time. There's a little bit of white, a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's like a buffet.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's like well, when you go here, it's not just like Asian girls. It's gonna be like let's say like Spanish girls, German girls, French girls, and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. From looks alone, of course, it depends on people's preferences. Yeah.
Of course, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm starting to forget what Indonesian girls look like.
Damn.
Well, what measures have you been taking to combat this virus?
This coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to do to learn new stuff, right? So we have like a lot of free time on our hands. I learned how to juggle. That's crazy.
Juggle, really?
Yeah,
That's pretty interesting.
dude, juggling is actually so hard. You should try it. But like that you get frustrated the first few hours. Then when you get it, like it just like you learn so fast.
What is something that you take for granted while being quarantined like this that you didn't expect when you're not being quarantined before the virus? If you understand what I'm trying to say. What is
Take for
something
granted?
what is something that you take for granted before that you wish that you have now?
Oh, routine, daily routine. That's something I take for granted. Because with this so much free time, like your whole life loses its structure. There's like you don't need to take a shower in the morning to go to school and stuff like that,
Damn. That's
right?
true. Yeah.
I can
I think you
definitely
guys
agree.
understand.
I can definitely agree. You lose track of time. You lose what day
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
What day it is. You're not used to it.
And then you forget to eat. You forget to like do stuff,
Interesting.
and then a lot of the times, I don't even realize it. I'll be like doing the same thing for like the whole day. Let's say I was playing playing a game, and then I'd be like playing it for the whole day because there's no limit. Or let's say I was reading, then I'd be like reading the whole day because like yeah, you get carried away with everything. Let's say like I'm binging a new anime, I'd be like binging 3 seasons.
Is there any anime
Oh
or
my.
game that you like to shout out during this time for the viewers?
Wait, so you guys watch anime or not?
No.
I mean,
I mean, some of the viewers might, you know, I'm sure they like to hear what you've been reading or watching or playing even.
The weebs have taken over our school. TBH.
Dude,
it's a weird
dude,
guy.
here, oh yeah, there's also one thing that that's why I couldn't make friends. No one here watches anime. It's so sad. Like I came here like you know normally in my in Venus if there's people I don't know like the first something
The
that
first thing
you
you
come up
ask.
with is like, hey, you watch anime? And then if they do, then like it is a very good conversation starter. So like you get to like talk a lot, and then you learn about each other like very quickly. But then here because like almost no one watches anime. When I came here, is literally I feel alone.
Damn. Must be rough.
What
Yeah.
animes have you been watching? Let's see. Or binging,
Mm.
as you would say.
Binging.
Binging.
Well, the the first one I started watching after quarantine was Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any of you guys watched it?
No, I don't
Never
watch
heard of it.
anime.
I only
No,
know the
try
normie ones.
No, try watching it. Like even if you don't know anime, you're actually gonna. It's pretty good.
Aja la pistola.
What do you say, Darren?
Huh?
What?
What?
is it?
What do you say?
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
How old are you now,
Yeah.
Kaisan?
Crap! I actually forgot my age. I, I think. Well, what age are you guys right now?
I'm still 15.
Wait, you're
Yeah,
still 15?
around
That's-
15.
yeah.
Around 15.
You, after this coronavirus hits, you can start saying BC. I am, if at September, I will be 1 BC, 1 year before. Actually, wait.
Yeah.
No, if
Before-
I was born at 2004, and the coronavirus hits at 2020, I will become 16 BC years old
Before Corona.
before Corona.
I think that's how that works.
That
man.
means you would be 17 BC then.
Wait, am I?
Dude,
Wait.
dude,
Yeah.
but then just imagine like this Corona thing, it stretches for years.
Oh, shit, man.
I don't think it's gonna get that bad. I think most likely it's gonna end by this year.
Yeah, I
Hopefully.
hope so.
I don't want to stay in here anymore, man. So sick of this.
No, I think at some point like it's still gonna be there, but then everyone like gets fed up and everyone just goes outside, and then maybe like we coexist with Corona or something.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Could be, could be. I
Dude,
mean,
just
what's the
imagine,
first
like,
thing you're gonna do out of quarantine?
out of quarantine.
Yeah. As soon as quarantine's over, what are you gonna do first?
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. First of all, I'd like to go to McDonald's.
Oh, that's actually a good. That's a good question. Do you
Why though?
do you like what do you think about the McDonald's in Qatar compared to Indonesia? Which one you like more?
Oh, in Qatar is so much better.
Really?
I think, especially KFC. KFC is crazy good here.
Oh shit.
they-
Uh,
Do they have rice
no,
though?
I think. Yeah, the rice also like they don't sell it like Indonesia does, but then like not many people eat the rice here, but then they do have rice like for people who choose to eat it with rice. But then the rice here is crazy good.
So you prefer the fast food in Qatar compared to Indonesia?
Yeah, pretty much.
What fast
But then-
food? Oh, sorry. You go first.
But then here we don't have like the exclusive menus like Indonesia does.
Yeah.
You
What
know, like Indonesia got promos all day.
what Qatar specific food in McDonald's that you like?
That's the thing. I don't think we do have Qatar specific food.
Really?
It's just McDonald's.
Global.
What Qatar?
Yeah,
What fast food from Qatar that you can only get in Qatar that you cannot get anywhere else that you really enjoy?
fast food. Yeah, you mean well, what I can get in Indonesia?
Yeah, I think that's a better way to say it.
Uh, wait, does Indonesia have Hardee's?
They have Carl's Jr. That's pretty much the same thing.
Ah, okay. So here, fast food is more abundant. So, like places like Hardee's and stuff like that, there's a lot more choices.
Okay.
And also, one thing is that in Indonesia, it's very expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like surprising expensive for a fast. Let's say like one burger would go up to like 40,000.
Yeah.
But then here, because the currency is a lot less, like the prices are in prices in Qatar, it would be considered as. But then if you were to convert them to Indonesian money, it would be the
Expensive.
same expense.
Mm.
I think it's just the not I wouldn't say the currency. I would say it's just the culture of Indonesia that makes like toko-toko di jalanan lebih murah. It's cheaper than going to like a restaurant like fast food or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Also because of like the currency here. So let's say it was only like a big meal would only cost like 20 something. So because because the currency is bigger here, then my allowance would be like the same. Let's say my daily allowance would be around like 10 riyals or 15 riyals. And then with 10 or 15, I can like go to the nearest Hardee's and get myself like a milkshake and like a small burger.
Hmm.
And then like if I go to like let's say in Venus, my allowance was like 20,000. And if I go to like McDonald's, I'd only be able to buy like fries and drinks.
Interesting.
Mm.
How you say how many reals did you get for a day? Like your allowance, sorry? Like 15?
Around 10 to 15 ish.
Oh, that's like 50,000.
Yeah, it's like 60.
Yeah, 60,000. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
You can get a lot
But then like
for that.
yeah, but then it's not that big here. But then it's pretty big if you make it like
Into rupiah. After moving, after moving to Qatar, what is something that you couldn't live without?
sure movie or
After moving to Qatar, what is something that you realized that you couldn't live without after moving there?
oh. Okay, so here the land is smaller, right? That so like the land itself is also more expensive. So that's also like another thing I took for granted in Indonesia was that the size of my house.
Was big. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like well, when I came here because houses we're only gonna live here for like about 3 years, right? So the houses here are considerably smaller, and then like a house as like the same size as the one I had in Indonesia, probably the one that owns people who owns them are like super rich people, are like Qataris, let's say. Uh, and then like when you come here, and then the houses are pretty cramped. But then like after a while, you get used to it.
So
I don't mind.
you really miss the spaciousness of Indonesian houses.
Yeah.
Do you still sleep with a guling after moving to Qatar?
Why is that even a
Oh,
question?
dude, that's actually see. It's very hard to not sleep with it, right? Because all of us we grew up having one,
Yeah.
and then when I came here, the only thing we had was pillows.
Wait, really?
So yeah,
It's just not the
like
same, right?
yeah, it's just not the same.
So,
Uh,
sorry. Yeah, you go.
yeah, so like nowadays I can sleep without one, but I prefer to have like another pillow.
So, a guling is pretty much a body pillow for you guys that don't know.
Body pillow.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's called, a body pillow, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
practically, yeah.
it is a body pillow.
It's like
It is
a bad
because
pillow without an anime on it.
the
It's
only
just the wrong image I
the
have.
only reason that you think it's a body pillow, the way that you think it is because what we call it here is guling. Nobody calls body pillow. You have a body pillow that I can borrow? No, you say can ada guling gak? Kayak gitu. And I tell you what, it is actually really hard to if you go to another country and they don't have a guling, it is very hard to sleep without it if when you're used to it.
Well, no, you just asked for a long pillow.
They don't have a long pillow.
No,
Yeah,
no,
the
no, they
what?
have a long pillow.
Long
Long.
pillow.
No, they don't.
Just say,
Gak
can I
ada.
have a long pillow?
Dude, so but back when I was in Australia, well, whenever we went to hotels, they never had gulings. So it's like, well, usually to compensate, you'd ask for like a blanket and then you curl it up into a
Ah.
guling.
Maybe that's the thing to do. You don't ask for a long pillow there.
No, I went to a hotel. I said, "Hey, can I have a long pillow?" He said, "Oh, got you, fam."
Where?
Yeah.
In Singapore, bro.
Singapore
Ah.
gak mungkin.
Yes. I asked for a long pillow, and then they gave me a long pillow, bro.
And then they say how long?
Long pillow.
Aduh.
Damn.
Another interesting like difference between here and Indonesia is like fashion. Yeah, like they they put it in really high regards here. That's like every single student would at least own like 5 Jordans or something like that.
Whoa.
Oh, what the like?
Yeah, and then like I'm here like I don't care. I have black shoes for school, like the office shoes, and then I had like Nikes, like white Nikes for sports, and then I have like a spare Nike, and those like the only shoes I wear. If I go out, I'll be wearing like shoes, like my sports shoes from school.
Are you wearing a uniform at your school?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
we wear a
uniform.
uniform.
Interesting.
Also like hoodies. Hoodies are like they're really big here.
Hoodies, really.
Yeah,
Oh, you can
everyone
wear hoodies? What?
like everyone needs to own one. Like you don't meet a person that doesn't own one.
Not gonna
And
lie,
then-
Oh, you'll
hoodies
get
Yeah.
hoodies are dying out in Indonesia. At least at our school. However, sweaters are coming into fashion. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, because you get crucified if you wear hoodie and
Even a sweater they don't allow it. You have to wear the school
the
blazer.
blazer, bro. The
Oh,
blazer.
wow.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
what about the bomber jacket though?
You can
Ah,
what only OGs remember the cardigan. Binus I mean the school cardigan.
Is it the black one?
Yeah,
It's
that's the
so
black
thin.
one.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my god.
You look gay.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Damn. Cardigan.
Do you have any questions for us, Kaisan? That you're just wondering how Indonesia has been doing?
I was wondering in I'm more wondering. Okay, look. How's Jokowi? I've never really like. I've looked. I didn't really look into like politics there.
Jokowi.
Right now, some people kind of want to crucify him.
Yeah, I've heard news about that. They
Yeah,
say
some
he's
people.
handling the situation kind of poorly. Some shit like that.
Hmm.
I don't follow
Okay.
politics, so. Yeah, I just read Jakarta Post, by the way. Hell yeah. You wanna read?
Beto is lying today, dong.
Nah, I hate Line today. You fucking. Oh, do you still use Line?
Oh yeah, I still use Line, but not as much as I did before.
Oh yeah. What messaging app do people use
Yeah,
there?
I was
That's what.
about to ask that.
Yeah.
Uh, when I first came here, I realized no one had Line. So I found out that everyone uses Instagram.
Oh my god.
Mm. Mm.
So because of that, like ever since I came to Qatar, like I've been more active in Instagram.
Ah.
Also, people also use like Snapchat and stuff like that.
What's your Instagram? You wanna put it? You wanna link it? You wanna add it in the video?
Oh yeah, sure, dude.
Yeah. Just give it to me later. I'll put in the link. Anything else you've been wondering about Indonesia on your like almost year in Qatar?
I've never really wondered the Indonesia itself. It's more like the people I know. More like how's like our school doing?
Hmm.
Like
Mm.
like who moved out and who like are there like new students that's similar to me?
Mm.
We,
I don't think
we
so.
don't have any new students in our classes because we're taking the science stream.
Science.
The when there's a
Okay.
new student, they go directly to general, then they get to pick where to go from there. So only the classes that we've been in only has the same science as last year.
Yeah, but there's some people
Uh,
that moved out though.
There are some people that moved out.
Wait, how many people moved out? There's like a lot of people who moved out after grade 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would
Quite a bit.
I would say like maybe 10%. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Up around there, yeah.
10%.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Is there any teachers that you really miss in our school?
Oh, oh Miss Inda. Dude, I'm not even kidding. My math
Really?
teacher right now, it's so bad.
Oh,
It's so
yeah,
bad. Like she goes on tangents.
Oh,
Like she'll
tangent.
talk about she'll talk about what do you call it? Like trigonometry, blah 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 blah, and then she'll end up talking about like how the universe came to be.
what the
I'm serious. Like
Really?
everyone also thinks that she talks too much.
What teacher that
Damn.
you take for granted when you were in our school that you really wish that you still have now, except of Miss Inda?
uh,
Mm.
another teacher,
Mhm.
dude. I don't really remember that much.
Really?
Mr.
Uh,
Stupid.
You still remember him? Kaisan, Mr. Stewart.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Stewart.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot he exists. What? I feel like a lot of English teachers are the same. Like these
Oh,
like of
you gotta
these
dig
dads
them.
who like to talk about politics.
Not the one that we
That-
have right now.
that's how
I'll
it
tell
is.
you.
Not the one we're
what we
having
have
right
right
now. Oh, fuck.
Wait, well, what kind of English teacher do you have right now?
We have a
Uh-huh.
new teacher, which absolutely nobody likes. In our
Really?
yeah.
He just hates our class, man.
Yeah, actually that's true. She teaches three.
It's like that type of teacher that wants to get bias from their students.
Yeah, she likes the
Ah.
other classes, but she really hates our class. Just I don't know. No
I'll
one.
give you an image on how she's hated. She's biased, but the people she's biased to doesn't.
So you cut out? What did you say?
What?
You cut
Oh,
out.
You cannot.
the people that she is biased towards don't like her.
I mean, our
Oh,
class
it's a
would
she.
be hates. We can agree on that.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Wait, so
Jesus.
it's a she.
She.
It's
Yeah.
Yes,
a she.
Wait, is Miss Angela? Is that the right name?
No. It's not Miss Angela.
It's a new teacher. New teacher.
Ah, it's a new teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Oh, also one other teacher I just remembered that I totally miss is Mr. Andre.
Mr. Andre.
He's been gone for too long, bro.
The return of the king.
Dude,
But he
I
disappeared.
wonder what he's doing right now.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I should get him on the podcast.
I
Hey,
haven't
you
That
know-
would be
contacting him.
interesting, wouldn't it?
I think so. I
Man, I
think
still
so.
remember grade 9. You know, my classmate Ariel actually had his contacts.
I also
Really?
have his contact.
Yeah, he had his contact. He was actually talking. He's still
Dude,
active. I don't know where he went though.
I actually feel bad. I think we didn't treat him
I think so.
We did deserve him.
as well as we should.
He's not the
Get rid of-
hero that we deserve, but the hero we needed.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
our,
exactly.
our physics teacher right now would just say he's equal.
Nah, he's bad. He's good.
He's good.
He's good. He's good.
He's fine. It's fine.
My fellow
Right,
Nipa, bro.
Well, right now he's probably like throwing rocks into the river, like
What a
pondering
ripple.
about life.
We spent 3 sessions on that, man.
Is there any?
The ripples on the water is like the ripples in my life.
Is there any friend that you like to shout out that you missed in Indonesia?
Oh.
Oh, it's mainly my the main group I talk with is like Nikki, Shalendra, Jongha Edward,
Hmm.
and then yeah, there's like Gudding and like everyone else.
Jongha is the only one of them that has left.
Oh yeah, I heard he went to a Korean school.
I mean, are you surprised?
did. And I also just realized, hey Haskell, you know Jongha plays League?
Really? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he does,
League
he
of
does.
Legends, bro.
We should get him in. We
Quickly.
should get him in.
We
We
just get him.
we play on the Korean server.
Dude,
No.
Korean league players are crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, that's the best region. Is there any game that you have gotten into recently, Kaisan, that you like to, recommend?
Any games?
Any recent
Yeah.
game that
Actually-
you've been playing?
Since I came here, I didn't play games that much.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that just the
Uh,
culture there, or just you by yourself don't want to play any?
It's more like the situation. Like I don't have as many free time as I did in Venus in our old school.
Mm-hmm.
Because of like it's IB.
So you do it on your own.
Because like
on your own.
yeah, because in IB like the what do you call the things they teach itself is pretty easy, but the thing that makes it actually hard is time management because they have a lot of like essays. Once I had like 5 of them, like from 5 different subjects, due on the same day,
Oh, that's crazy.
Damn, that's
and
fancy.
then essays are like you can do it at home, but then the problem is like you need to write a lot. So like each essay takes hours of like writing, and then not only that we have this thing called APA citation. It's like well, we're not allowed to use Wikipedia for research and stuff like that.
What do you have to use then?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so we're only allowed to use websites that's not Wikipedia, like literally any website.
Damn.
And then we need to like write a bibliography at the end.
Oh, that's cancer.
That's just like university.
Yeah, like I said, it's very focused on like university life.
Interesting.
So like a lot of the times, like in a week, you go to school and then you go home and then you need to like start working on your essay, like each part like every day. So you end up like having no free time, and then once I have free time, I'd be like watching anime or something like that.
Well spent.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I've not even bothered to like play games.
Hmm.
Well, I think that's about it for for the podcast. You guys have any other questions, or Kaisan, maybe you have some questions for us?
Hmm.
No, not really.
Hmm.
Yo,
Yeah, we
yo,
could.
dude. Yo, you guys want to play Doki Doki?
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Dude,
Maybe,
I'm serious.
may-
But we play Doki Doki. We put it on screen share,
Oh
then
shit! You
Oh
know what?
my god.
and then we go to like, well, we were gonna go a playthrough, and then we do it with votes.
ooh,
Like
Votes.
the actions we do in the game are decided on votes from like the people, like all of us.
from the chat. That's a good idea. We should do that. I'll definitely get in contact.
Yeah, and then the thing is, like, I've never really watched a full playthrough.
Oh
Uh,
shit! You don't know
yeah,
what's
so
coming,
I,
eh?
yeah, I don't know what's coming. I also forgot everything.
Dude, I already might actually try.
That's a great idea. We should do that.
Yeah.
Stream it, stream it.
Yeah, we should. That's a good idea.
No,
good
dude, because
stream.
like I was pretty bored, right? I wanted to like to play a game, like a single player game, and then I forgot about Doki Doki. I just remembered, and then I wanted to play it, but then like, oh shit, I don't want to get depressed. So like playing it with other people would be is like gonna be better.
Share the depression.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea. I definitely put that down. Well,
Not done.
I think that's about it. I'd like to thank Kaisan for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks Teddy, Darren for being on the podcast.
My pleasure.
I'll definitely link your Instagram in the link in the description.
Oh,
Kaisan?
follow.
Follow,
Follow.
subscribe,
Yeah, follow,
like,
follow.
Follow, subscribe.
and like.
Smash the like button.
I don't need to pay you, right?
No, no, no.
Okay.
This is a gift from me to you for being on the
Oh
podcast.
yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah.
Well, the Simps are out.